Hey, what's up everybody? True Boxing here, and thank you for coming back to Get Hit with the Truth. So today doing a what's next on Oscar Valdez, the former 2-division world champion, as he is coming off of the first loss of his career, as he lost a one-sided unanimous decision to Shakur Stevenson as they attempted to unify belts on April 30th in the main event of an ESPN card. You know, Oscar Valdez got nothing to hang his head about. I think people thought he was going to get dominated more than he did. He lost a clean one-sided decision, but he was competitive in those rounds. He fought hard. He kept coming forward. He landed some good shots. And to lose to a guy on the talent level of Shakur Stevenson, there's nothing to hang his head about. The fact that he took the fight I thought was impressive. And, my hat's off to him. Now the big question is, what's next for Valdez following that loss? Well, personally, I don't think he moves back down to 126 because he had trouble making the weight, and I don't think he moves to 135 because he's going to be undersized there. I personally think Valdez is going to get rolling back at 130. Could be a tune-up guy in his next fight, or he could go straight into a contender's bout. You never know. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen, but I think 130 is still kind of wide open. And once Shakur Stevenson moves on, because he's going to be short-lived at 130, Shakur Stevenson, Valdez can possibly take over this division again. So let's run through the top 10, look at some of his options, and go from there. So, you know, obviously he's not going to get the fight with Shakur Stevenson, a rematch. Stevenson dominated him, no need for that. Rematch with Miguel Berchelt. Well, Berchelt, we don't know if he's coming back down to 130 or if he's going to stay at 135, but he lost again to Jeremiah Nakathila, got stopped by him. There's no way a rematch between Valdez and him is going to happen next, and Berchelt. Next is Jamel Herring. Herring, coming off the loss to Stevenson where he got stopped in the 10th round. I think Herring would like this fight right here, but I just don't see Valdez being interested in fighting a guy with Herring's style. His style is a bad matchup, and I just don't think it's an attractive style that a guy like Valdez is going to want, so I don't see it. Shavkat Rakhimov. I think it's a risky fight for Valdez's comeback fight. I think it'd be a risk for him to take on a guy like Rakhimov next, so I'm not seeing that one. Kenichi Ogawa, the IBF champion. Ogawa, it seems to have mandatories due, so I don't see this one being a possibility. Number 7, WBA champion Roger Gutierrez. Not seeing this one. It looks like Gutierrez is going to have mandatories due as well, so not seeing this as his next opponent. Then we have Robson Conceição, a rematch. Yeah, Valdez wants nothing to do with Conceição in a rematch. I highly doubt he would go for that fight, even though they're with the same promotion. I highly doubt Valdez would go after him coming off of a loss. Number 9, Lamont Roach Jr. Not seeing this one either. Bad matchup for him stylistically. And it's also Golden Boy working with Top Rank, so not seeing that. And then Zelfa Barrett and Hector Garcia round out the top 10, but both those guys are in line to fight for titles. So, you know, fighting even a veteran, you know, a former champ like Valdez wouldn't make sense for them right now because they're already in line for a title. So, Valdez, I don't know if he's even going to want a top 10 guy next, but there's not a lot of options in the top 10 right now because most of those guys have things lined up. So I think for Valdez, he comes back, probably gets a tune-up bout before the end of the year. Maybe he takes the rest of the year off to just kind of start over. But I think Valdez will be back, and I think he's still going to bang at 130. So we'll see what happens, but that's what's next on former 2-division champion Oscar Valdez following his first career defeat to Shakur Stevenson by a 12-round unanimous decision. And that's what I got. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.